Hi there, just waited to bring you another video. Well, I am bringing you another video. And, I haven't planned what this is going to be about. And that's usually the case. But sometimes I will talk about a certain subject, but a lot of the times as well, I don't plan it, I like to be pretty mindful and natural and open. Because people can then sense when you're doing that you're speaking from your heart. It's not rehearsed. And everything is meant as well. That's another thing that this journey has shown me, is it's always shown me this synchronistic thing, and it's almost like I'm going back and I'm saying, God, it's all connected. And when you realize this and you're becoming more aware of it, you become more centered. You let go. Because it's all about letting go of the ego. Like I was saying yesterday when I was talking about Mdma, Mdma puts people in a great state because of the fact it's getting rid of the ego. It's pushing it aside. And then once the ego isn't there anymore, you then have heaven. You then have amazing emotions. You then have pure knowing and clarity on things and understanding on things. And once you have that, you have euphoria. That's why I said yesterday that Mdma is basically it's mindfulness, and you don't have to take a drug to achieve the same feelings. That's why when people take something like that, they'll become very clear on reality and on their life. That's because it's like I say, it's getting rid of the ego. Once you start to work on your ego, you then start to have joy in your life because you're so clear, And that's really what spiritual awakening is. Spiritual awakening, it's like you're always clear on things, It's the same thing as Mdma. So Mdma Mdma and love and mindfulness are the same thing. If you talk about love, love is actually a state of awareness, right? When you're in a state of love and you're all loved up, it's the emotions with that is clarity. You're very clear. With that comes great understanding, and comes peace and euphoria. So love is an actual state of awareness. And you can be in that state right now simply by being clear all the time. That's what I was saying the other day about how to put yourself in an Mdma state all the time. What does Mdma do to you? Be clear. Well, be clear in your life then. And then you'll be in that state of clearness, which is really the heaven state, Heaven is not a separate place. When people talk about heaven, it's a state of awareness, and you don't want to wait till you die. Because it's too long to wait, But heaven is really a state of awareness, and that's what spiritual awakening gives you. When people have a spiritual awakening, they then are clear on reality, and they're in the state of mindfulness all the time. This is what happened to me. And I'm not going to dive into my awakening, but that's basically what it did. It just showed me, Sean, you can have anything you want. Why be upset all the time? Why try to fulfill what the world is wanting you to fulfill? Why not just let go of that? If you let go of that, you'll feel a lot better. And that's really what the awakening message was in the awakening, was to just let go of what the ego is telling you. Because the ego is just telling you things that it's all belief based when you're talking about things from the ego, but it just hurts you. And it brings you so much pleasure to just let go of that. You know, and people that live this way can never be happy when they're trying to live by, when they're trying to live by their ego. It never brings happiness, because you'll never ever be good enough when you're trying to fulfill what your ego's demanding. And again, back to the subject of MDMA, that's what they say. They say that the MDMA gets rid of the ego. But like I say, you can be in that state by simply letting go of your ego. But it takes work. But you got to realize how you let go of the ego is by realizing it doesn't exist. Nothing really exists when you break it down, because everything has to come from nothing. And that means that that's all this is. It's just awareness. That's all everything is, really, just awareness. Nothingness is awareness. You know, everything has to come from nothing. That's why, you know, I don't really take anything seriously now. I say to people all the time that what I've got to realize is that everything's made up by someone. Right? It's not that anything is sacred, or it's just made up. Someone once made it up. It's the same as religions. And people take it so seriously, they don't realize that they're just made up stories. Everything's made up by somebody. You know, and these kind of things that I talk about, obviously, it was the awakening that made me starting to think about this. I never thought about these kind of subjects before the awakening. I didn't think of any of this kind of stuff before the spiritual awakening. But then once I started going through the awakening, you start looking at reality a different way. But like I say, you can be awake right now. You know, it's all to do with how you see things. You can see things from reality of ego, or I'm not good enough and that's going to hurt you, or you can just let go of it and then be happier. And that's really, like I say, back to the MDMA thing, that's what MDMA is. It's just a feeling of you've let go. And you can do that right now. So you don't have to take drugs to feel the effects and to feel the benefits of these kind of things. What drugs really have shown us is that we thrive when we feel better. You know, but it's all to do with your perception. You know, you change your perception, your perceptual state determines how you feel. And how to get these MDMA feelings naturally, like I said yesterday, is it's all about choosing to be open. You know, meditation, like I say, mindfulness is the same feelings as MDMA. When someone's on that kind of drugs, they are in a state of mindfulness. That's why they're so clear on everything. So you can simply be that state, you can be that clear state by simply choosing to be clear all the time. Always speak the truth, you know, always be honest with yourself. And this defeats ego, because the ego is just full of lies. And also I want to talk about, in this video, I want to talk about the fact that voting doesn't make a difference. I'm talking about just now how to change yourself. The only way you can make change is by changing yourself. Because remember, everything's energy, everything's emotion. And the world is made up by that. And voting just keeps the same system going. So when you change your space that you're occupying, that space then interacts with the next space, and so on and so on. So that's how you make real change, is by changing your energy and your emotions and how you respond to the world. You know, you don't have to cause yourself so much pain, you know. That's what this talk has really been about teaching yourself letting go. You don't have to hold on. Holding on just hurts you. You know, when you let go, like I was talking yesterday about the using MDMA to treat post-traumatic stress disorder, and what the people are able to do when on the MDMA is face their problems. They could do it normally, but the MDMA just gives them that leg up, you know, and just lets go the ego. But like I say, you can be this all the time if you wish. You don't need MDMA or a drug to be this way. You can be MDMA. You can feel that by simply being open, because that's all it is. It's just the MDMA just gives the person a suggestion. Why don't you be more open? Well, you can do that right now. And that's how you induce MDMA feelings without actually taking any drugs. You know, how you look at the world will determine how you feel about yourself and the world. So like I say, that's how you become, that's how you feel more happier within yourself and more free, by being that way, by being free. Whatever way you choose to look at things, that will be how you feel. That will determine how you feel. And like I say, you know, in these talks, you'll notice I just flow. I don't think of things usually, unless it's a specific subject I'm wanting to talk about. But this kind of video today is just where I'm just flowing. Because, you know, I might come across as the healer, but to me, I'm going through a lot of healing as well. You know, because that's why I'm going through this journey. It's just that I'm aware that I'm healing. And I'm just being honest all the time, and that's why I'm in this open state, like what I'm experiencing all the time, and I'm not on any drugs, is what someone would experience on MDMA. It's just because I'm choosing to be open. The spiritual awakening showed me to be more open. Where before I would have been closed off and very egotistical and hiding. But I'm just going to leave it there. And if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls in divine order and divine timing. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.